How was EDC? Let me tell you. So, I'll try to break it down day by day, and then I'll tell you the overall stuff. So, for day one, I was super fucking scared and super nervous. I actually couldn't sleep like the week leading up to it, so day one I had been up for like, well, over 30 hours. Not straight, but I probably got like maybe an hour or two here and there because I was really tired, and then I also worked the night before, so there's that. So leading into day one, I got there at around 5 p.m. and I didn't leave until 2 p.m. Or not 2 p.m. 2 in the morning. I got there really early just because I really wanted good parking and I was so excited. And let me tell you, walking into EDC for the first time was it was magical, but not in the sense where you're just like, oh, amazingness, because you can see the lights, but it's completely different from at night. By the way, if you're wondering what that is, it's a thing from Target that's a Celebrate, but I digress. So I got there at around 5, and I'm looking down because I actually wrote in my journal how my days went. So, yeah. So I got there at 5 p.m. I saw TMT at Wasteland, and that was actually really cool. I wasn't expecting to go there. I kind of just ended up there, and I had a freaking blast. I didn't think I liked him as much as I did, but they were amazing. And then actually towards the endish middle of his set, the fireworks actually went off for the first night. And let me tell you, that's when the first set of tears came in. It was intense because it was a mixture of loneliness, happiness, exciting, terrified all at the same time, because I did go alone because I was going to go with a friend of mine, but we had a falling out a little bit before that, so we went our separate ways. We went alone. I went alone. I don't know what happened to them. And I kind of did it. So I will admit I was feeling a little bit lonely, and it was a little nerve-wracking because every time there was a song like, oh, if you're with your best friend or whatever, hug them, kiss them, and I'm just sitting here like, I'm by myself, and this breaks my heart a little bit because the person I was going to go with, I was really close with them. We had been friends for a really long time, but things happen, and it happened. What else? On day one, I actually got the most amount of candy trades. Like, I traded quite a bit off without getting any back, but I actually got quite a bit. Like, I got this cute little mushy on the first day. I believe I got the juicy one the first day as well, which was actually really cute because I traded her a little perler juice box and it said juice on it. It was cute. I got Princess Bubblegum. I'll just show you all of them even if they weren't on day one. I actually found this one on the floor and it looked like it had been stepped on quite a few times. And it's like a little fishy. It says fishy on it. It's adorable. I got this adorable paw print. I'm not going to go into detail because I don't want this to be like forever. Out of Space. Single. I'm not going to show you all the singles like that. Fuck that. Those cuties. These cuties. One's got a popsicle. There's these cuties. These cuties. One says In and Out, and the guy had a literal In and Out sign. It was hilarious. These. These. The rest of these. I got this cutie pootie. I loved this one. I traded her one for a similar size, and let me tell you, I didn't know it's my color combo, and I love it, especially because she has like a button and stuff. This one. I'll get into this one later. I got this one, and then this one is adorable. Got Vader in the Stormtrooper So that's all the candy pieces I got. I didn't get all of them on day one, but I got most of them on day one. So that was actually really exciting. It was nice to know that the Candy Kid is not completely dead. It is pretty much dead in Vegas because outside of EDC there's not a lot of Candy Kids, which kind of sucks, which is why I don't make as much anymore, because if I'm just going to sit on it, it's like... And yes, I could do snail mail, but I've been scammed a lot, so it left a bad taste in my mouth after like the 8th time. What else? Oh, so let me get to what I got. So on day one, I actually had all of my trades on a fanny pack, which is the little elephant. You'll see in the pictures later what I was wearing. And it got really fucking heavy really fast, and I couldn't dance in it. So I ended up buying this backpack, which I like the backpack, but it was overpriced for the quality because on day one it ripped, so I had to re-sew it myself. I don't know, can you tell? Yeah, you can tell. And I actually didn't notice, but it split again at some point on day 3. So I'm going to have to fix that later. I'm a little disappointed by it, but it's still really cute, and I'm probably just going to sew all the way around it so it doesn't break in the future. I finally have a trifold wallet, and I really, really love the colors. So I have my social and whatnot, and I don't want to show you guys that. But I finally got a 3-thing wallet, which I loved. This was $25. The backpack was $50. This was the very first thing I bought, and it's the little water bottle. And this sticker has actually a funny thing behind it. I'll tell you about that too later. That was a day 3 interesting little moment. And it matches this banner that I got on day 2, and I love it. I saw it. I was going to buy it on day 1, but I didn't have enough money, so I had to dip into my savings. Don't judge me. And I got it, and I'm in love with it, and I'm so happy where it's at. It's literally above the bed, and it's literally the whole side. It's the same size as the bed frame, and it's great. It's fucking great. It looks even better than I imagined. But I'm taking too long. Okay. What else? I cried at the fireworks at Wasteland. I already told you that. The first part of the night, I was honestly kind of sad, to be completely honest, because I didn't know what to do. I was kind of like a lost soul almost, because everybody's in their groups, they're with their friends, they're with their lovers, and I'm just kind of wandering around. I went to every stage. I pretty much walked around the whole festival. The only place I missed was the middle, which I found out later in day 2, and it actually has giant TVs, and it showed live feeds of each stage, which I thought was pretty cool. So it was meant for people who were just really tired, or if they were tripping a little too hard, and I thought it was nice because the carnival games were actually there too, and I found out that if they're free, well, not if, they are free, and even if you actually win, you can still get a prize regardless. So I thought that was really cool. What else? Towards the end of the night, I actually felt better. It was mainly after the whole fireworks thing, and I was crying because I felt better, and it started to feel more like home after I got all of that extra energy out. Because honestly, the friend I was telling you that I had a falling out with, I actually genuinely was missing them, and I still honestly do. What happened sucks. It wasn't like an accident or anything. It was intentional on my part to stop the friendship. So I do miss them, but I don't regret it. It just sucks that we couldn't enjoy EDC together, because I remember being in their room when we were in middle school saying, oh, we're going to go to EDC and we're going to do this and that. We had all these plans, and we were going to cry at above together, and it was, yeah, so I kept thinking about that, and it kind of really sucked. But by the end of the night, I felt a lot better. I was really enjoying the music. I found out Wasteland was my favorite stage. I think from a visual standpoint, Kinetic is the best stage because it definitely has significantly more detail. There's a lot going on. It looks really pretty, but I didn't really like the music choice DJ-wise. But I can understand why it was the most popular stage overall, aside from Circuit Ground, because in my opinion, it mixed a lot of, I guess, radio music, and it mixed it with the EDM. So it was kind of a best of both worlds kind of thing, which is how I understand why the larger crowd of newer ravers have come, because it's attracted them, and I'm glad that they're able to enjoy this peaceful festival, you know? The vibes were actually really good. I wasn't expecting people to be as nice as they honestly were. I honestly wasn't. Because I had heard over the years that the scene was changing from the raves that I was going to back in 2011, so I was a little scared. But people were honestly really, really nice, and it was a breath of fresh air. Because if you live in Vegas, you know that there's a lot of fucking assholes here. There's a lot. Let's be real. But let's move on. I discovered the EDC Theater. This little fucking theater, let me tell you. It's so weird. So it's this little like square cube tent thing going on, and the first 2 nights I went there was this really interesting DJ. I forgot his name, but he had a keyboard, and he had the guitar keyboard, and he had a microphone, and every time he made a sound, he recorded it, and so it would keep repeating, and he would make songs like that, and it was really fucking cool, and it was trippy as hell. And then behind him, he had I want to say 16 to 20 little white cylinders behind him, and it had LEDs strung through it. So it had this trippy fucking light show behind him, and it was amazing. I have a video of him doing it later. I don't have a whole song, but I think I got the end cap, and I'll show you guys that later in the clips. I think I'm going to put the videos at the end, just so I can give you guys the overall presents first, and then the clips, and the pictures, and all of that jazz. Okay, but yeah, that one's interesting, because it's, as I was saying, it's a little mini stage, and then there's the cylinders, and then there's actually beanbag chairs and carpets on the floor, so you can just chill there. And it was a really good place for me to just relax when my feet started to hurt really bad. And on day 1 and 2, because I was wearing shorts and tights, my legs actually started to chafe, and they hurt so bad. Like, if you are the kind of person that has the body type like I do, where your legs are together because they're so big, they rub. And the more they rub, the more it hurts, and you can actually get a rash like that. And that's actually what happened to me. So I would go in there, I would just chill, take a break, get a breather, get away from all the people, and it was actually really nice. I enjoyed that. Okay, so day 2, I went in again at 5. I almost blacked out in the line. Like, first and foremost, it was the hottest fucking day out of the 3 days. And I was there, and I got in the line. Oops, excuse me. And, hold on. The camera makes me uncomfortable. I'm sorry. This is why I drift off. This is why I couldn't do YouTube professionally, because I get too nervous. But anyways, so I was sitting there in the line, and I got kind of towards, the middle front kind of area, but I was pretty much trapped. I was surrounded by people, and I actually blacked out a little bit. And I was so hot, and there wasn't any water in my water bottle, because you technically can't bring water in, from outside. The water bottle has to be an EDC bottle. It has to be empty. You can't even bring a brand new bottle that's unopened. You just can't. So I didn't have any water on me. So I started to get really dehydrated, because it was really, really fucking hot. I think it was 113. It was bad. And so I actually got out of the line and kind of sat on the floor. And I was by myself for a little bit, took a breather, relaxed, and I felt better. And I was lucky enough that the line I was next to, they let me go with them in the front, so I didn't have to be in the crowd so long. So that was nice. So that kind of set the tone a little bit. I was a little upset for a while until the sun went down and it started to get better. I was feeling still really lonely on night 2, but it got better. But the best thing happened on day 2. I finally got to see the DJ I've always wanted to see live, and it was Above and Beyond. And the performance they made, it was just, I can't put it into words. It was unbelievable. It was so beautiful. I actually heard a new song from them. Well, I say new, loosely because it was released back in October of 2016, but it's called Another Chance. I'll put it down in the description below, and you need to listen to it. It is absolutely amazing. It honestly is it's the perfect song I needed to listen to at that point in my life. I started crying. It was the most freeing feeling in the world because all of the frustration and the loneliness and the anger just fell out. I was crying. I was having a great time listening to amazing music. I was right in the front, railing. It was something. It was a very unique experience that I'm very grateful that I got to experience. And if you actually saw the live feed, I don't know if they have it on YouTube still. I think they might have saved it. I don't know how they do live streams. I don't know what they do after it's not live anymore. But you can actually see me in the front. Hopefully not when I'm crying, but you'll definitely see me in the front at some point of those feeds. I bought the flag on day 2, which, great purchase. I love this so freaking much. I also got a cheeseburger, cheese fries, and a Red Bull because I was really hungry and I was really thirsty. It was delicious. I don't care what anybody says. The food there was fucking delicious. I actually played some of the carnival. I rode some of the carnival rides, and I played some of the carnival games. The games were hard as shit. I'm gonna tell you right now. Fuck those games. They're fun, but fuck those games. It was the soccer kick, the football throw into the stars, trying to knock over the tin bottles. There's one where there's a board and there's a bucket underneath and you have to hit the board and get the ball in the bucket. Let me tell you, fuck those games. There was also the one where you have to get the ring over the duck's head. I didn't get any of them. They were fun, but fuck them. I actually saw fireworks right before Above and Beyond did their set. That was really pretty, and it was really interesting. It probably went on for, I want to say, 4 minutes, and that was really pretty. So 2 out of the 3 days, I was right in the front of where the fireworks were going. And let me tell you, EDC fireworks are so different from 4th of July fireworks. There's so much love between the giant crowd of people that it's magical. Like, you kind of just want to hug yourself and hug the people next to you because it's really accepting. Even if the people don't act that way outside of the festival grounds, it's very well needed in that kind of scenario. Because I think without that kind of vibe, the rave community wouldn't be as big and as great as it is, in my opinion. And I think that's the biggest reason why it's brought in so many new people, is because it is just so accepting. Because we're just like, we're here for the music. Fuck everything else. Literally, just fuck everything else. Just be a decent human being to one another, you know? Just be a decent person. I saw Alesso, because they were actually on before Above and Beyond, and I wanted to be right in the front. So that was actually a really good set. I wasn't expecting to see them, but I actually really enjoyed it. I can't say I didn't. It was actually really good. They actually performed really well live. I enjoyed Alesso as well, so props to them. I saw the steampunk clowns perform. That was adorable, because as I was telling you, where the EDC theater is, there's kind of like an EDC town where the chapel is, where people get married and whatnot. So there's the chapel arc, there's EDC theater, the school, which I'll get to that on when I'm talking about day 3. So there's a little school, another little arc for the wedding, and then there's like this little wooded circular chair kind of bench. That's the word, bench. That I was sitting on, and actually the steampunk clowns came, and I'll show you the clip of that. That was actually really funny, and it was really cute, and I really enjoyed it. I had seen them the first day, but I didn't really see them acting. Second day, let me tell you, EDC performers are fun to watch. If you ever go to EDC, don't actively look for them, But if you see them, just watch. They do some really funny shit. It's worth it. And they're really, they're funny. They're really good at impromptu. Okay, so day 3. I don't know if I already told you. Day 2 was my favorite out of all 3 days. Day 3, I honestly didn't really want to go. I wasn't feeling day 3 at all. So I didn't go at 5. I actually left the house at 9 p.m. Keep in mind, I live about a 5-minute drive from the Speedway. It took me an hour to get to fucking EDC because I was just stuck in traffic. And a party bus actually he was turning because the party bus was trying to do the drop-off. And the drop-off is before you get to the public parking. This motherfucker. So there's 3 lanes. He turns from this one, blocks everyone off, and then gets stuck because the ongoing traffic the other way won't let him go. So he literally blocks everyone off. No one can go anywhere. So we all got pushed into that Uber lane. You can't park in the Uber lane, and they threaten to tow you if you do. It was so stressful. I hated it. So I didn't really get to see Showtech because of it. I saw the last 2 songs he played. I was really kind of pissed off about it, but I was over it. I found out I'm really claustrophobic, like extremely claustrophobic. I sadly couldn't enjoy any of the stages on day 3. I kid you not, the amount of people on day 3 tripled between days 1 and 2. There were so many fucking people. Like, even on Rainbow Road. If you went down Rainbow Road, days 1 and 2, you could walk and it was fine. Like, maybe you'd run into a couple of people here and there. Day 3, literally, people were just... You're there. Like, this is me and this is you. So we're gonna walk. It was really annoying. And I got really claustrophobic and I was freaking out. So I went back to the EDC theater and... I'll show you the clip of the clowns. I think the only clip I got of them was when they did the lap dance competition in the first. Oh my god, it was so funny. That was interesting. So at the end, they picked the winner out of all 3 little competitions that they did, and they were giving out stickers to people, and it says "Foo Foo Ha," and it just. I don't know, it's cute. She had put it on my chest, but I didn't like it there because I wanted to keep it. So I put it on the bottle and hoped that it stuck, and luckily it did. Because the amount of sweat that was on my body because it was so hot outside. I got lucky. I got lucky that it stuck. But it was really, really fucking weird and funny. Like, at some point, their assistant was dancing, and she starts having sex with the DJ, and it's... That whole routine was just super fucking weird. And they were trying to act impromptu, or not impromptu, well, yes, but it sounds weird. They were trying to improv, but you know it was scripted, and they were trying to make it seem as it, and it wasn't. It was awkward, but it was funny. No one really knew what was going on. We just kind of went with it, because we didn't want to get up. It was interesting. I'll give it that. I actually enjoyed it. What else? The lap dance competition. I actually found my sister at EDC. We looked for each other for a little bit for the first part of the 3rd night. And we finally found each other and we hung out for a little bit. But they wanted to hang out at Kinetic Field. And it was so fucking crowded. I couldn't take it. Like, I literally started to freak out. I had to leave. But seeing my sister under the sky was really nice. I honestly... It was personally heartwarming because I was alone the other 2 days, and I hung out with a couple of groups here and there, but just seeing her, even if it was just for a little, really comforted me, and it made me feel a little bit better, even though day 3 I just wasn't feeling it. I saw the closing ceremony, and that was the only reason I even went to day 3, and I watched it. It was anticlimactic. I'll show you the clip of it, but it was very anticlimactic. Kind of a little disappointing. Oh, so back to the school thing. Remember I told you there was the EDC school? So I actually got to take this home, and it says Twiggy on it. So on day 3, there was a little, well, not on day 3, but in the little school that was, what have you learned from EDC? And people actually wrote in here what they had learned from EDC. Most of the pages are actually full. And they're just talking about, loving themselves, loving other people, being safe, growing out of different things, and just, honestly, it doesn't look perfect. Like, people weren't writing in cursive in here or anything, but it's just, I don't know, it made my heart warm that I was able to take it home, because one of the staff, they were saying that they were trying to get rid of it since it was day 3, and it was already like 3:45, almost 4 in the morning. So he's like, you have a backpack, you can take it home. And I was like, but it's not mine. He's like, just take it home, we're trying to get rid of them. And I was like, really? So I got really excited, and I just, reading through these, it made me so happy, and I'm keeping it, and I'm putting it in my journal collection, and I really like this one. Okay, it really gives you a look of how people really feel about EDC and how it genuinely changes a lot of people. Not everyone, obviously, but a significant amount of people. Like, one of them, like this first one that comes up, this is this one. And it says, I learned to let go and to get out of my head here. I'm having the time of my life, loving my friends, loving myself, loving my life. I'll never forget this weekend. Thank you, EDC 2017. Love, Delhi 19. Like, just stuff like that. It's short, it's simple, and it really shows what EDC means to a lot of people. And for me, it was everything I ever wanted from EDC. The only downside is I did find that I'm extremely claustrophobic, and it is a huge setback for me, because I can't be in the middle of that big of a crowd. I either have to be right in the front where I can't see anyone behind me, or I have to be all the way in the back knowing that I have space to move around. I can't be this close to someone, and I think that was also part of the reason why I really liked Wasteland, because yes, I do enjoy hardstyle and trance the most, but at the same time, sadly, not EDC, but Las Vegas doesn't have a huge hardstyle crowd. Not even Las Vegas, but the EDM community doesn't have a huge hardstyle group in general. Like, people will listen to hardstyle, but not in long periods of time. So every time I went to that stage, it was very not as heavy crowded as everybody else. So I would always be left front stage next to the railing, and I would just dance my heart out, and it was great. I always found myself going back to Wasteland. I really enjoyed it. Even on day 3, for a little bit, I went to the center where I was telling you with the TVs, and I was actually watching Wasteland for a little bit, and it was good, honestly. But to be completely honest, I'm not sure if I would go again next year. I kind of want to, and I kind of don't. Because as much fun as I did and didn't have, I don't know how much the claustrophobia is really going to affect it, because I saw how much it set me back this time, and I don't know how much it'll set me back next time. I'll see how I feel when the tickets come out, but right now I'm at a point where I'm not sure if I would go. It's just that simple. I don't regret going. I loved going. It was a lot of fun. But for me personally, I'm not sure if it's my place to be. It's just that simple. I don't have the social capacity to do that kind of crowd. And I love that EDM has gotten really socially accepted, and I love that people are enjoying it. I just don't see myself in that big of a crowd. I just don't. It's part of the reason why I can't go to a lot of hard concerts that I would like to go to. So I think it also contributed to the fact that I was going by myself, so the anxiety kind of was amped up even more because I was trying to go solo, and it definitely taught me who I am in settings like that, and I have a tendency of just running. But on a good note, this one, I was telling you the story on this one. So when I was listening to Above and Beyond, and I started to cry, there was a guy next to me. I believe he told me his name was Mike. Every time he would turn over to make sure I was okay, at some point he saw me crying, like visibly like bawling my eyes out. He didn't say a word. And I know that sounds weird, but to me that meant so much. It meant so much to me that I was just able to cry and not be judged. And I was so appreciative and I was so grateful to have someone like that next to me when that was going on, because so many emotions were going through my head as I was processing this, I almost want to say life-changing moment. And I couldn't be any more grateful. Above and Beyond, honestly, is one of my favorite DJs. They just are. They're a great group. I love them. Between the song Sun and Moon, which is my favorite song by them, to Another Chance, which is what I heard this year, and just, it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. And that was just my EDC. So if you want to watch the clips, I'll go ahead and put them at the end, and thank you for listening to me. Bye. This is awkward to do, but guys, I fucking made it to EDC. June 16th, 2017. I did it. I'll be vlogging occasionally, so yeah. Stare at the camera and you're like, the fuck do you even say? But yeah, the first people I met, and I just befriended them. Yeah, nailed it. I'm totally tall enough to get like maybe a half a head. Nailed it. No. I love this. It's like the ray of light.
Oh my goodness.
I'm too short. I got it. Hi.
He said I'm too short.
Woo.
Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry.
totally fucking stressed out.
So what's wrong and what's right?
I live for the weekend.
I live for hard styles.
I live for hard style, baby. Come on, let's go.
EDC, Las Vegas. I live for hard styles. I live for hard styles, baby.
Everybody wave your hands from the left to the right. Keep those hands high. This is our revolution tonight. Are you ready?
So, day 1 is done. This is what I look like. I need to take everything off and go to bed because I've been up since like 2 p.m. yesterday and it is now 3:31 in the morning. Holy fuck. Let's do it again tomorrow. I got a lot of candy though. So, like, I got a butt one. And all these. Then I got all these. I'll show you more later. Bye. Day 2, let's fucking rock it. Yeah.
He's checking you out right there. He was checking you out with the fucking
So I just finished day 2, chilling in my car in the AC. I just finished watching Above and Beyond. Oh my goodness. So I went to, what is it, Circuit Grounds like 2 hours early, so I saw the end of, I forgot his name, and then I saw Alesso, and I kid you not, Above and Beyond was the best thing that I ever dreamed of. I'm so glad I finally got to see them. Been wanting to see them since 2011. I was crying like a baby. It was wonderful. I loved it. I hope if you ever go to EDC, go see Above and Beyond if they're playing. You will not regret it. I fell in love all over again. And I actually got 2 pieces while I was watching Above and Beyond. It's the blue and white one with the paw print on it, and then I got this cuff thing. I was so glad because the guy next to me, his name was Mike, I believe it was, didn't say a word when he saw me crying. He just let me be, and I was so grateful. But I gotta get home, take a shower again because I feel disgusting, and go to sleep and get ready for day 3. Okay, bye. Motherfucking hammer time. Woo!